Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Now I
Karthik, could you please be on a mute
Karthik,
because
could you
it's
please
echoing from
be
your
on a
end.
mute because it's echoing from your end? Yeah.
Okay, now here what is saying hot service no provider for HTTP client is available. Okay, so Deepak, open your auth.module.ts file.
I actually tried many things, so I don't know.
Just like no need to worry. I'll just let me check it from do one thing. In the imports, you forgot to import HTTP client module. Okay.
No, it is here.
Go to the line number 13. Just copy that name, Deepak, copy that name and
Okay.
copy it. Go to the line number 13, 1, 3. Next to the forms module, right? Paste it. No. Auth routing will be the last one. Correct. There you can paste it. No issues. Put a comma. Save it.
This is what I another cannot find.
No, that is fine. That is fine. Deepak, that is fine. Just terminate it. Just terminate this and restart it again.
And one more thing, this is not required, no? Here, register component.ts.
No. That is here HTTP client is not required. That is fine. No issues. Hello. Already it's commented, right? Hello, Deepak. If it is already commented, no issues. Okay. Let it first run it.
Okay.
Click to sign up and press F12. Provide the data. Gateway timeout. Your backend application, is it up or not?
It is up. This one, right? Should
Okay.
I be running this?
Yes. No. That is not a problem. Leave it. Go to this one, Angular application.
Okay.
Open proxy dot localhost 5000. Okay. Open your proxy dot conf.json HTTP.
Yeah.
Hey, you forgot HTTP colon localhost, that part.
Okay. Oh, that is also important.
Yes, that's it. Now, Deepak, you have to take again a hard restart
Okay.
because we did a change in a configuration file, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason. You take a hard restart, it will work now. Press F12. Why it is not showing sign up?
Sign up, I didn't click on.
Okay.
Actually, there's a pop-up of share screen, so that is.
Okay.
So it's good.
Login works, right?
Yeah.
Check it. It's done. It's working now.
Okay. So in the MongoDB, I'll have one more data, right?
Just refresh it. You have on the right side corner.
Oh, so
You got the new record, correct?
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Now. Okay. Now anybody's facing the problem. Now can I move to the next?
Abhi, before we move to next, I just have a question to ask.
Yeah, Prithvi, tell me.
As you said, we are using some wrapper not to show the internally what is happening. Let us suppose I want to see what is like which particular port or like I want to know exactly which REST API call is going in backend. So what changes from
Okay,
Angular
just a second. I'll tell you. I'll show you. Have a look over here. Here, right? Is it going to raise the REST call now?
Yes.
Sorry. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes. Sign up, right?
Just a second. Now have a look over here. We are inside the auth service, right?
Yes.
So here, right, is it going to raise a request for API/user/register? Agree? But internally, what it will do, whenever you will come across with this REST API call, right? Here, have we defined proxy.conf.json or not?
Yep.
Prithvi, is it clear?
Yes.
Now here, this part, is it matching?
Yeah. API is yes.
/API/user/register. You can consider this, correct? Is it
yes.
this part? Is it matching with your proxy or not?
Correct. It's matching.
Now, when it will come internally, I'm talking about from all the internal aspect. Okay, internally, then what it will do? Internally, it will append this part at the beginning, and internally it will hit it to the this 5000 wala localhost. That is your REST application.
Okay.
Prithvi, did you get the point or not? See,
yes.
Okay, from UI perspective, right? If you'll observe, when you'll click on this, right? Everything UI part is running on what? 4200, correct? 4200. So here, right, it will show that everything is moving over the 4200 only. But when it is coming inside the application, at that time, it will get to know that because of this /API, we have mentioned, we have used it, correct? This /API, is it configured in your proxy or not?
Yes, it's configured.
When it will come internally, it will get to know about these details, right? So what it will do? It will hit it to this REST API or not?
Yes.
So for the user, right, user will not understand internally user is connected with some other application, correct? Agree now?
Yeah.
Here, right,
my question
it
was,
looks like
Abhi, my question was like let us say as a developer you want to know which port it's hitting internally, so like what changes you will do here so that it will reflect there in UI.
It won't reflect there. Hello, Prithvi.
Okay.
It won't reflect there. So
as long as you do via proxy, it will not reflect, right? If you do some other way, maybe
because Prithvi, this is your framework part, correct?
Okay. Yes.
So internally, right, your Angular framework is accepting this file or not?
Yep.
So what you need to do then, if you don't want to do this kind of thing, right, then I would suggest, okay, tomorrow, right, Prithvi, when I'll come across with some interceptors, right? So there I'll show you how to take some traces. Is it fine?
Okay, sure, sure. Yes.
I'll give some highlights on the same. Okay. Right.
One question, Abhi, I mean, see, everything, all the code we are writing is already available through the browser, right? So it's a
Yes.
security issue, right?
No. Okay. I'll tell you. So here, right, we are dealing on a dev environment, right? Hello. We're dealing on a
Yes,
dev environment. Okay. That's the reason we are able to see everything. Is it clear? Your actual transform content is this one.
Okay.
Deepak, if you want to run it in a actual, right? So what you need to do here, you have to fire a command called ngbuild. Okay. ngbuild space hyphen prod will generate a build for your application.
Oh, it's
And
a
this
prod
build,
version.
production version, everything,
Okay.
you know, there everything will, you will get it in a proper way. Okay. We are in a dev environment actually. So once you'll get it right, that one you can upload it on a nginx server for the execution
Okay.
purpose. That is a
Okay.
pure native flavor.
Sure.
Deepak, now you understood the point?
Yes, Abhi, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
that time it will be done, right? Every like our code.
So once you'll get that stuff inside the nginx server, right? So once you'll enter into the nginx server, right? So nginx server will take care about the complete execution or not. Or if you are working with the containerization, right? So you can take directly nginx container and you can push your build directly over there.
I don't know what is the 10G annex. Something like IAS in Windows Server.
Yes, nginx, it is specifically used for deploying your React, Angular, PHP, Vue.js. Okay, this kind of web applications, when you build on these languages, right, or on these frameworks or libraries, right, you can deploy these things over the nginx server. It is like your IIS server. Okay,
Okay. Sure. Thanks,
it
Abhi.
is preferred for Angular or React based applications for the deployment purpose.
Okay. Oh, NGINX. Okay.
nginx.
Oh.
I'll just take you through a quick article, okay, so that you'll get the clarity. Here, some Angular project, right? Any Angular project, right? Here, we are providing the commands. This is your Angular code. Here, right? Deepak, I think Deepak, are you able to this run npm this npm run ng build, correct?
Abhi.
Here for the deployment time, right? I'm using env app as a URL, right? And hyphen prod. So it will generate your build, right? And once this build is generated, right, here, that build, you will get it under the dist stuff. Here, what are we doing? This dist folder contents, right? I'm going to copy it into HTML folder of nginx. When it will be put it into this, right, then your application will work properly, or it will get the server this USR share nginx HTML, right? This is your server location. So where your HTML files and required JS files are placed over there, and from that location we are going to access it.
Oh.
For example, Deepak, inside the IIS server, right? You can put that deployable contents or not. I have not worked with IIS server, but okay. Otherwise, for in a Tomcat Apache, right? We'll get the work directory, right? Inside the work directory, if I'll put that var or year, right? Will it execute or not internally?
Yes, it will.
Correct. So here, the build for your application, it will be HTML and JS only. So that bundling part, you will get it into dist folder, and this dist folder we are copying it from our location to inside the container, and from there we are going to utilize it. So expose 42080 means what? It will going to internal, it's going to work on a 4200, but we are going to execute or run it on a 80 port. Clear? So like this, right? You can provide the configurations. But this is the expected one. Okay. Now we will have a look over here. People tell me over the failure part, right? Over the failure part, are we getting the errors or not? People have a look over here. This error object, right? So do we need to read the data from this error object, and we need to display it each and every controller or not? So for that purpose, what are the things that I'm going to do it? Have a look over here. ERR dot error. I'll just save it. Now we'll have a look over here. I'll just refresh it. Well, is it giving me only an error object or not now? This error object, are we getting it from the backend application?
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Next point. Now what we need to do here, we receive this object, correct? Now error colon any equal to this one, used to hold error object details. Correct, everyone? Now what I'll do, this dot error equal to ERR dot error. People, now listen to me very carefully. Next part is very important. We got this error object, correct? Now can I use this error object contents over the UI or not? For example, error dot name. I'll just save it. Now have a look over here. Well, here are we getting message now? Name must be between 2 to 30 characters or not?
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
This error message, from where we are getting it, people? Whatever the error message we received from the backend, have we retrieved that error content or not? How? From this error object, right? And whatever we are getting it, right? So that one, did I assign it to this error? And from this error, am I printing it over the UI or not? But people tell me over the UI, can we show something like this? I don't want to show something like this. I want to show as per my expectation, right? I'll show it to you over here. I'll show you a sample so that you will get the clarity. Here I'll go for the examples, sorry, documentations. In a documentations, right, I will search for form validation. Validation, how it works. People have a look over here. Are we expecting something like this or not for the error part? The message which we are getting it right. Do you want to show this error message with the red color and the controller should get a red color border or not?
Yes.
Yes. This is ideally we are expecting, correct? So to do this work, what I'll do inside this div, I will use a bootstrap class called invalid hyphen feedback space d hyphen block. D hyphen block is used to apply it for that particular div. Okay, it is used to apply it for the particular div. What happened to this? Just a second. Name was wrong. Are we getting this error message in red color, everyone now? Correct. Now what I'll do in the same way, right? Instead of error.name, here can I provide email? Here can I provide password? And here can I provide that password too? Just a second. Have a look. Well, are we getting all the messages in a red color or not now? Now, which thing is not done now? People tell me. The red color border, right? Correct, everyone?
Yes.
Do you want the red color border, right? So for that purpose, what I'll do here, do you want to change this formatting, CSS formatting or Bootstrap formatting? I want to use this formatting, but along with that, conditionally, I need to apply a formatting. Correct, everyone? We'll have a look over here. See, unless and until there is no issue, okay. Is it applying to this city now? No. When there is a problem, then only then it will be applied, correct? So here, do we need to perform this thing, this CSS formatting, right? We need to apply it, correct? But do you need to apply it on a condition or not? All of you agree with this? When error.password or error.name, when error.name is getting the value, then and only then this input text box should be highlighted with the red border or not? People, did you get my point or not?
Correct. Yeah.
When this input text box should be highlighted, when I will get the error.name will get the value, then only then it should be highlighted, right? Now tell me, this is nothing but a conditional check or not? So for that purpose, here will not deal with regular class. Instead of that, we'll deal with ng class. Now this ng class, again, it is a predefined directive. It is a predefined directive. So for this, right, have a look. Sorry. Here I have provided the curly brackets, and inside this curly brackets, right, what we'll do, we'll put the contents or the key value pairs. This is the formatting, and for this formatting, we need to put a condition. People tell me this regular form control formatting, we need it whether the thing is succeeded or whether the thing is failed. Agree? For that purpose, I have given a true over here. Now, the next point. Now here, is hyphen invalid. This one should be activated when error dot name. Now people, when this error dot name will have a value, then only then it will consider true for the same. Otherwise, it will not. Now, have a look over the UI. Is it getting a red border now, people? Now have a look over here. Now, is it getting the red border now, people? Why? There is no issue with the name, right? There are issue with the others, correct? All of you clear with this or not? So here logically what we did, here we applied the ng class. People, could you please add this stuff at your end so that you can execute it at your end? Or can I share this register.component.html file? People, this file I'm sharing it on a notepad pw. You can check it on a notepad pw. Now people tell me in the same way, can you apply this ng class? Can you apply this ng class for everyone? Okay, next point. People, have you added this blank error object at your end?
Abhi, can you share that notepad link? Say simple object.
Just a second. That location, I'll send it. Just a second. I've shared it.
Sure.
Yes, everyone, is it done? Have you added this error object and this adjustment that you have to do it?
Abhi, can you show the error declaration?
Yes, Sudhindra.
This that error declaration. On the above that line.
Sudhindra, you are not audible clearly. You were saying error something what?
Error object declaration on the top.
Error object declaration you want to see?
Yeah.
This line
Okay.
number 14. 1-4.
Yeah.
Abhi, the notepad shows different code.
No, it's showing the register content only. True.
Yeah, it is not the updated one, Abhi. It's not having the error.
It doesn't have error parts. Yeah.
Just a second now. Now can you check it?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. People, are you done with this?
Can you go to the register component ES file?
Yeah, just a second. Or can I share this one as well?
Yeah.
Just a second. People, I'm going to share it on a same notepad PW. Is it fine? I'm going to remove it.
Abhi, hold on. It is still not loading for me, the previous one.
Okay. Just a second, Gajlakshmi. No issues. People, I'll do one thing. At the end of this HTML file, right, I will write register.component.ps content. Okay. I have written a comment over there. So below that you can find out. Others, could you please confirm?
Yeah, I have copied. Abhi, you can replace the file.
No, I have pasted at the end. Leave it. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now, next point. People, I have shared one link, okay, in a chat. Could you please follow that link? I have shared one link in a chat. Could you please follow that link?
Our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.